Meth head walks up to me, asks me for money. I say I don't have anything, and she calls me broke. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good day or afternoon or whatever time you're watching this. Today I'm going to be telling you guys a little story about the first time I met a meth head on my way to school. I live in New York, and that being said, there's a lot of illegal actions happening. And particularly where I live, there's a certain there's a good amount of illegal actions happening. But it all depends on what time it is. If it's the morning, you're bound to see some crazy shit. If it's the afternoon, it's pretty mellow, everything's pretty cool. And one day I had a review class to go to for school. It was optional, I didn't have to go, but I decided to go because I needed the extra help. And finals week was right around the corner, so I'm like, I'm gonna push myself to my limit and I'm gonna pass these finals, which I did, which is amazing, which gives me a lot more time to do what I want to do, which is make videos for you guys. Anyway, so I get ready, I wake up, I take a shower, I eat, and then I leave the house. So I'm standing there waiting for the bus to come, and I look across the street and I see this lady who doesn't look 100%. She looks kind of slumped over. She's kind of wobbly. She just don't look right. And something especially in New York is you could tell when someone's fucked up on some type of drug. It's just you see it so much. It's just second nature. Like if you're on the train or some shit and you see something, you're like, okay, you're on something. I'm gonna try and stay away from you. But sometimes you can't get away from these people. And it's a little annoying sometimes because you just want to mind your business, you want to do your own thing, and then they just come up to you and start talking to you about random shit, and you can't really shake them off because they're trying to get something out of you. They're trying to get cash. And that's exactly what happened to me. So, usually a lot of druggies, they make eye contact with you or they look at you before they come up and talk to you. And I saw her look at me, but I wasn't sure if she was looking at me because there was more people around me waiting for the bus. And I'm like, all right, she's not going to come to me. She's all the way across the street. I'm going to let it be. I'm looking back down at my phone, doing my thing. And then I look back up and she's halfway across the street. I'm like, oh, that was fucking fast. She's speed walking to try and get to me and try and talk to me. And I'm like, okay, shit, I can't get out of this. I can't walk away. I wanted to tell her, like, I don't want to talk to you, but I kind of want to hear what she had to say, because sometimes these crackheads be like having the wildest stories. So she walks up to me and she starts talking to me and she says, "Hello, sir." And bro, the second she opens her mouth, just like, bro, like think about cigarettes dipped into a freshly used condom. That's how bad her breath was. My God, like it was so bad and so pungent. I had to like step back. And she's talking to me and she's saying, yeah, I know I look bad right now. I got caught in the rain and I promise you I don't do drugs, sir. And let me tell you something. If someone ever comes up to you and says, I know I look bad, I promise you I don't do drugs, 99% of the time, they're fucked up on some shit. Real talk. Like you don't tell people I don't do drugs and you're coming up to them hobbling and shit like the fucking Hobbit. Anyway, so she talks to me and she's saying, yes, my father's in the hospital, my 3 kids and mother is in this car right here, and she points to a car that's right next to the bus stop, and I'm like, huh, for a druggie, like that's a nice car you're driving there. I didn't tell that to her, but in my mind I was thinking it. And she just kept talking about how she ran out of gas and she hasn't been able to feed her kids for 3 days, and she's just walking around looking for some money, basically, is what she was saying. And then she said, I live in Michigan and I live 70 miles away. And I'm like, Michigan is way further than 70 miles away. Like come on, you're not fooling anything. And the weirdest thing, she keeps calling me sir. She's like, excuse me, sir. Sir, you don't understand it. I'm going through some issues right now. Sir, if you could spare me any money. I'm like, okay, I'm in my full school uniform. I have my backpack on. I'm 16 years old. I look like a kid. I don't look anything like a grown-ass adult. Like, bro, I have my glasses on and everything. I look like a student. And she keeps asking me like, oh, if you could spare any money, it would really help. And I have no problem with giving money to someone who's less fortunate. But when they come up with some bullshit story and that doesn't make any sense, that's when it become iffy. And the worst part is she asked me, she said, sir, if you could spare, I need $20 for gas and I need $20 for food. And I'm like, so you're expecting me to just give you $40? Just like that. Like, I don't know you from nowhere. You just want me to give you $40. And then I tell her, I'm like, yeah, I don't have any cash on me. She says, sir, that's understandable. There's a bank with an ATM inside right over here. And there was a bank behind me. And she said, if you have a card, I would greatly appreciate it. What the fuck? Like, she expected me, if I did have a card, to go into the bank, take out hard-earned money, and just give her $40. And I said, ma'am, I do not have a card either. The look of this woman just fucked up my mind so much. Like, she had some really bad blonde bleached hair that was all stringy, and her eyes were blue, but like a milky kind of tired, worn out blue, like she's been dragged through the fucking mud. And her teeth, there's this thing called meth mouth. If you don't know what meth mouth is, it's basically when you overdose or when you use a lot of meth, your teeth fall out and they become these tiny little baby shark nub shits. It's gross. That's the best way I could describe it. Basically, think of Trippy Red's grills, really small and bloody. Your teeth fall out. She had no front teeth. It was disgusting just talking to her. And she's acting like she's 100% fine and she doesn't do drugs. It's like, come on, you're lying to me and you're also lying to yourself. I tell her I don't have the card. Well, this toothless How to Train Your Dragon blonde bitch had the audacity to ask me how I get around with no money. And I said, because I am a student, like, I'm clearly wearing a backpack and a uniform for a reason, and you're calling a 16-year-old sir like I have a 9 to 5 job. Like, and she looks at me like I'm lying and shit, like I have nothing. I'm going to school, like I'm trying to better myself. And then I tell her, I'm a kid, I'm a student, I don't have money on me like that. And she looks at me like I'm dumb and just walks away and doesn't say anything. So to end off this story, a good 5 minutes after she walked away, the car that she pointed to, which was right next to the bus stop, some guy walked up to it, opened it, and drove off. So it was a whole lie that she even had her kids and her mother in that car, because that was even her car. That just goes to show you how far these crackheads would go just to get a dollar out of you. And that was the whole story. Like, meth head walks up to me, asks me for money. I say I don't have anything, and she calls me broke. Like, what? Anyway, guys, I'm sorry I haven't been able to post in like 2 months. It was finals week, and I was really trying not to go to summer school this year, so I have more time to focus on, my YouTube production. And I guarantee you, I promise you, I'm definitely going to be trying to put out more videos and more content for you guys. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.
I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life.